Hi. So I have a bit more voice than I had on Saturday. Still not back and I'm still feeling a bit snuffly, but much better, thank you. And before I forget, thank you also to everyone who looked for my earring for me. It was found by Kerry under the chair in the front row. Important stuff out the way. So I just wanted to send a message of congratulations for Saturday night. It was absolutely fantastic. It had a different spirit to anything that we've offered an audience before in terms of your energy, not just because we had small groups, but because of the freedom and confidence that you had on stage that I haven't seen before. So I'll come back to a bit more of that in a second. But I just wanted to set up the context for this evening. So what we like to do after a performance is just to share some feedback, any thoughts that we had on the performance, what we liked, what we didn't like, what we thought worked, didn't work, and what some of our guests have said and how they enjoyed it or any suggestions they made. So we like to share these after the performance. It's a chance not to, self-congratulate and bask in our own glory, although it's quite nice too. But it's a chance to learn. So it's a chance to go, okay, well that worked, but that didn't. Or that song was amazing. So what about that song? If everyone thought it was amazing, what was it? Was it the drum beat? Was it the essence of the lyrics? Was it the energy of the conductor? What was it that made that song work? So then in other areas of the concert where things didn't work, are the things that we can apply there. Okay, well, it worked over there. Could we do that here? So it's basically in an effort to learn. I like you to hear lovely things about yourselves, but also we're so good now. We never used to do this because we weren't good enough, but we've now got to such a level where we can do more and we can be better. So what I want to do with this exercise tonight is just to go through some of the videos, to watch them, to listen to them, and then to critique them and say, well, we were great at that. That wasn't so good. Could hear that we weren't quite confident there. So that when we come to do those songs again in November and at the few performances we've got between now and then, that they're even better again. And again, the goal for being better isn't so much about pressuring you to be perfect. It's about giving you the confidence to be free and happy on stage and joyful. So before we start that, we will go through each song in turn, but before we start that, let's have some general feedback about the concert. So I'd ask, SJ will lead this, but I'd ask any of you to give any of your own thoughts or feedback from your guests. So my feedback, first of all, was, as I mentioned before, that there was a freedom and a joy and a community on stage that I've not seen before. We've talked about it for years, that, Soul Song is our family. Our album is called We Are Family, and we have a lot of joy and a lot of energy on stage, and that's what I pride ourselves on. But this was different. Watching the videos last night, I got quite emotional because I'm actually looking at people look at each other during a song, share a moment with each other. I'm looking at people use hand gestures, have the freedom to move their body in a way that helps tell the story. We've not had that before, not across such a broad scale. There's always a few people, who perform really well, but this was the majority. Almost everybody at points was in the moment, was performing and was telling their story in a joyful and passionate way, and it was just amazing to see, so encouraging. So never seen so much expression. So as you're watching the videos, just look out for that. And I think freedom was the word I used when thinking about it. It just, to me, felt that there was a freedom on stage. There were so many people that did the whole concert without books, or had a book but referenced it occasionally, or those who were using a book, thank you, you held it up here so that we could actually still see the director, and you still had eye contact with the director and the audience. So that makes a massive difference. The more you can perform without a book in front of you, the freer you can be to move and to express yourself. Another observation I had was that the couple of times when I stood in the choir and was a singer, when we were conducted by Rhiannon and Emily, Rhiannon and Claire and Sarah, I felt completely in control. There was no doubt that those three directors knew what was going on as well. Less so with me. I think my head cold may miss a few bits that I had promised you I would direct. so apologies. But I felt that the choir was being led at all times. And that's amazing for 3 novice conductors. Sarah's the only one who's done a big show before and only done 1 song. So that's amazing. You should be really proud of yourselves. And thank you all for giving them the confidence by paying attention to what they're saying and saying, yes, we are all safe here. You've got us. Okay? So well done there. And my final point about the broad brush stuff was I was just so humbled by what had been taken on board from the weekend away when I wrote those notes and then decided to turn them into video and then into audio, just trying to give you whatever tools help you to just work that little bit further on the songs. I can't believe the number of you that actually went away and did that. And I know that because I could see it and hear it on stage, and watching the videos, I'm ready for the same mistake that happened in Youngaborough to happen. And it didn't. Exactly the note that I had given you is exactly what happened on stage. I was blown away. Now, I can't tell how much of that is you all doing it on your own, how much was the section leaders absolutely drilling it into you last week, or what it was, but I was absolutely humbled that all those notes I'd given you were taken on board and were integrated in such a quick, just a quick turnaround to break habits and replace them with new learning. So congratulations, it's amazing. So over to you guys now for a bit of discussion on the general things about the concert. And then we will go through song by song. I'll give you a few notes about each song. You'll watch the video, and then you'll discuss what was good, bad, otherwise about each song. So over to you to discuss the concert in general.